Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to dive into the standard bar. Once again, it's just standard because the end is 1 inch, and actually the whole bar for this particular one is about 1 inch. This is more like an Olympic bar in that there's lots of different kinds you can get. This just happens to be one that we own. This one even was one that came apart and you put it together. You can get other ones that are just solid metal. Some people will just get a solid metal bar that's just 1 inch. They do have different ends, like this one is screw tight. There are some that are just kind of smooth, and then you use a collar to clamp down on them. So this bar is a little more versatile in that there's different kinds out there that you can buy because of the standard ends. Once you get the weights, they work on all the different kinds of bars that are all standards. So that is nice. Now, one thing you have to watch out for when you start getting into the screw-on ends is that this will work for this bar, but we have another one that's actually a easy curl bar, and this will not work on that because it's a different thread pitch. So once again, those plates, they will actually work on standard dumbbell handles as well. They'll work on the specialty bar, the regular bar. So that's nice that once you get weight, it works on all the different bars because the whole's standardized. Now, standard bars probably do come in different lengths than this, so you might find one that fits into a power rack. Just remember, they most likely are not going to be able to hold as much weight. So once you start getting strong, you run the risk of bending one of these bars, and like this bar doesn't particularly fit into the power rack. Now, as you can see, it's kind of a struggle especially with this bar, to get a weight on into the power rack. I haven't even tried the other side yet. And then I can't really put too much weight on here because it's gonna hit the power rack. So at least this standard bar doesn't really work. Now, standard bars don't necessarily mean they have a standard weight. This bar is actually fairly light. It is a little bit heavier than the body pump bar, but the easy curl bar is actually even lighter. So they do come in different weights, so if you are just starting, you can kind of play around and find a bar that's going to be light enough for you. The other nice thing about this is that the standard plates do go very, very low. So you can get plates that are 2.5. These are fairly easy to find. But then they actually go up all the way up to 25, and you might even be able to find some that are even heavier. So this is, a system that you can start with as a beginner, and then you can add weight onto as you get stronger. And these aren't necessarily a starter bar. You can use them when you're starting, but they do let you build up, quite a bit of weight on them. So you really want to think about what kind of style of attachment that you get. But once you get a certain amount of strength, you do have to be careful because then these bars can bend on you. It is nice that they don't necessarily work the best in power racks. So your back squat, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. They do have benches. Some of your old school benches can actually work with the standard bar. That wraps it up for the standard bars. Leave it in the comments down below on your thoughts on just your standard bar. That's a decent place to start since they can usually be found for cheaper. But be sure to subscribe for my next video where I'll be talking more about the Olympic bars, which is where I'll be actually suggesting a lot of people just go ahead and start. Then that way you don't have the standard bars laying around and you can go straight into a bar that you've probably used for the rest of your life. And then please like if you found any of this helpful, and thank you for watching.